Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Abby here, and today I'm going to be discussing 24 books that I want to read in 2024. I'm already out of breath somehow. Since next year, obviously, is 2024, I'm going to be discussing 24 books I want to read in 2024. I put like all the books that aren't on Kindle Unlimited and the ones that I don't own on my like Christmas wish list. Anyway, so yeah, let's just get straight into it because I'm actually pretty excited about this list and I think it'll be really fun. And I will try and like grab the books that I own that I want to read. First of all is kind of ambitious, but Twilight. I actually need to get it, but it's behind my Christmas tree, so I can see it. I just don't want to like shove the Christmas tree out of the way. First of all is Twilight. This, obviously, if I like the first one, I'm gonna continue the rest of the series, so this could result in actually being 5 books instead of just 1, but I'm just putting the first one on my TBR for the year. We're gonna keep it like not too bad, and Twilight is one of those books that everyone's heard of, like everyone knows about it, and I haven't read it. And also then I can go ahead and watch the movies, but I feel like Twilight's kind of like a either you love it or you hate it kind of thing, or like either you love it or you don't love it, you know? It's not one of those things that it's like I'll probably look back on and be like, oh, it's just fine. So I really do want to try and read Twilight, but honestly I might just listen to the audiobook because it scares me a little bit. The next book I also own. Let me get it. This next one is All the Bright Places by Jennifer Niven. I bought this a while ago, like when it was popular. I never got around to reading it. I kind of wasn't in really like I was trying to get more into sad books, but I hadn't really like been in that kind of phase. But now I'm kind of in that era. I love like the sad books that'll like make me feel something, and I feel like this is one of those books and I'm really excited to read it. At the same time, it's also kind of thick. Actually, how many pages is this? I have to be careful not to read the ending, but do they not have page numbers? Oh, okay, 388 was the last page that I saw, so that's actually not that bad. It just feels like a brick when I hold it. I really do want to read that one. It was popular for a while, and I just kind of feel like it's kind of giving me the vibes, you know? So that is another book I own, obviously. This next one is also the first book in a series, and this is Kingdom of the Wicked. This one was also pretty popular for a little while, and I bought it, and I thought, I don't know, it seems kind of interesting. And so I still do want to read this one, and it's on my physical TBR. I'm trying to get through my physical TBR for 2024. My goal is that my physical TBR that I have in 2023, I'll be done with that physical TBR by the end of 2024. But not the physical TBR that I buy in 2024. Does that make sense? It better make sense. So this I'm also looking forward to. I think it'll be really fun. Alright, next one is also a physical book that I actually just bought recently, and I'm really, really excited about. This is like one of my most anticipated reads of the year. Also, it's just so pretty. And this is Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. This one, I feel like, okay, I read Caraval back when it was popular, kind of like, it was a little after it was popular, maybe, like peak popularity. I feel like it's kind of coming back a little bit, but I read Caraval and I actually did enjoy it. I remember nothing about Caraval though, but I'm pretty sure you're supposed to read Once Upon a Broken Heart first. I think it's the prequel, but you're supposed to read it I don't know, something like that. But I have read Caraval, and I've heard Once Upon a Broken Heart is so much better. At least like that's what I've heard from some people. I've just only heard good things, and I'm so excited to read this one. It's also just the cover is like so pretty, and I want to buy the whole series once I finish this one. I feel like I will end up reading this whole series. It just looks really good, and again, it's just one of my most anticipated reads. Okay, next up we have Rock, Paper, Scissors by Alice Feeney. This one is on Kindle Unlimited, and I don't own it. I'm trying not to buy books that are on Kindle Unlimited because at that point it just feels like, why don't I just read it for free? Because I have Kindle Unlimited. This one actually looks pretty interesting too. It also kind of confuses me a little bit, but I've wanted to try an Alice Feeney, I'm definitely saying that wrong, book before, and I feel like this just seems like a good opportunity. Like, new year, I'm going to try out new authors, and this one I've only heard good reviews about this book and this author and stuff, and I low-key don't remember what it's about really, but it does seem pretty interesting, and I think I'll have fun with it. If you don't know, I think this is the one where they're like, no, this isn't where they're in a cabin. This is the one where it's like the husband is blind, I think. Yeah, the husband is blind, and the couple goes away for a weekend and then it's like a thriller type thing, I think. Yeah. Next is also on Kindle Unlimited, and no, it's not actually. This isn't on Kindle Unlimited, I lied. But I put this on my Christmas list. And this is Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. And this one also looks so good. My mom read it, and she has been like, really, like, she really wants me to read it, and I've only heard good reviews online. It also seems like kind of intimidating, so I might just listen to the audiobook because it seems kind of like scary. It just seems like one of those books that's like hard to get through but is really good, you know? You probably don't. The next book I want to read is The Brothers Hawthorne by, oh my god, I almost forgot her name, Jennifer Lynn Barnes. This one is if you don't know, it's like the new Inheritance Games book kind of, but it's from the perspective of the brothers. And this one I really do want to read. Like, it looks super interesting. And, ooh, look at that, it's kind of cool. Yeah, anyway. And it's just really pretty, and I'm kind of, like, here for the vibes. But I need to actually read it eventually, and I feel like I need to put this on my TBR because I haven't heard the best reviews about it, but I'm still excited to read it because Jennifer Lynn Barnes is one of my favorite authors. I love the Inheritance Games. Okay, unpopular opinion, but the Natural series is actually better than the Inheritance Games. I didn't say that, guys. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm still excited to read that book, and I really just need to get around to it because I kind of put it off for a little while after I bought it because I was reading other books, blah, 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 and then other people started reading it, and I wasn't hearing the best reviews. Then I put it off more. So it's just going on my list for 2024 because I have to read it. I have to get through it. That sounds like I don't want to read it. I do, and I'm still excited about it because it's such a pretty book, but at the same time, it's kind of like, I don't have the highest hopes for it, and it's also really big, so I feel like it'll take me a while to read. The next up is The Risk, which is the first book of the Mindfuck series by S.T. Abbey. This one is also on Kindle Unlimited. The whole series is, I think there's 5 books, and it's like a dark romance series, I'm pretty sure. I don't really know. The romance is between a cop who's looking for a serial killer and the serial killer. So it just seems really interesting. I don't know how that's going to work exactly, but I've kind of wanted to read this for a little while, and it's on Kindle Unlimited, and I've kind of just put off not reading it, and I really want to read it, and if I don't like the first book, I don't have to continue the series. So, hello?
Oh, sorry, I'm just dropping this off.
Oh, okay, thanks.
What? You need me?
No.
Sorry, on the phone.
No, I'm filming.
Oh, sorry. Come on. I wanted you to film.
I know. So The Risk is the first book, and I really do want to read that. Sorry, I cannot film in front of other people. I don't know what it is. Next, we have Red Rising. I don't own this, and it's not on Kindle Unlimited, so I did put this on my Christmas list. By Pierce Brown. This is also a series. It looks really interesting, and it's said to be like a Hunger Games, like sci-fi type book, and Haley Pham was like going on about how it was really good and everything, and so I've kind of wanted to read it ever since that. And I recently reread The Hunger Games, and it apparently has like the same vibes, but it's like sci-fi and more adult, like it's an adult book, but I'm gonna read it anyway. I feel like I'm gonna like this series. I don't know if I'll be able to get through it quickly. I feel like it'll again be one of those books that I won't be able to get through really quickly, but I'll absolutely love when I'm finished with it, and like I'll think about it a lot. I'm really excited to read it, even if I don't fall in love. Next book I also don't own, and also is not on Kindle Unlimited, but this is Unravel Me, which is the second book in the Shatter Me series, because I read the first book. I kind of had mixed feelings. It was like, I really did enjoy it, but at the same time, I don't know. I was kind of like, felt like the main character was kind of dumb. But that made kind of sense. I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say right now. I read it a while ago too, and then I just didn't own the next book or anything, and so I just never got around to reading it. So I do want to continue the series because this is like a really popular series and everything. So that's on my TBR. Hopefully I'll get around to the rest of the Shatter Me series in 2024 too. But I know there are going to be like new books that come out in 2024 that I'm like obsessed with. And then I'm going to like find new books, and these are all the books that are on my TBR right now. Hopefully I'll get around to the 24 on here, but I'm also worried that I'm going to like start a series and then finish the series, and then I don't even know what I'm trying to say right now. The next book is 13 Reasons Why by Jay Asher, and this one also looks really sad and is not on Kindle Unlimited. I do not own it. I have a really long Christmas list, but I'm so excited to read this one. I don't know why. It just seems so interesting, and like I feel like this will be a perfect one for when I'm like I want to feel emotion through a book, because it seems very emotional, and actually I think it has pretty good reviews, or maybe I'm imagining that. I hate when Goodreads reloads like when you close out of it, like not even like fully swipe out of the app. When you just go to your home screen, it like closes what you have open. Oh, never mind. It's It's not that highly rated. Oh, if you don't know, this book is The Note from Someone Who Killed Themselves. I don't know anything else really, but then it's like 13 Reasons Why They Killed Themselves, which sounds really sad, and it sounds really bad that I'm excited to read it, but it just looks really interesting. It's an interesting concept. Anyway, the next book that I want to read is The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston. You've probably heard of this book. I feel like it's been pretty popular and like going around lately, and it just looks really interesting, and I want to try out more romance books because I know I always say that and then I pick up like the cheesiest books, but this one actually looks pretty interesting because it seems like it's not all romance. There's actually a plot, and I need that. And the characters, I think someone said something about the characters being good. Maybe I imagined that though. I gotta give romance another shot because I actually have been reading cringy Christmas and like romance books, and I'm kind of into it, but that's just because of the vibes, because the season. Like, I would never read that type of book on my own time. I'm just reading it for the vibes of the holiday season. Next we have Lore Olympus. This one I might actually read for this year because I still have, I think it's 14 books left to get to my goal of 150 books this year, which is a graphic novel, and I've been really interested in reading these. My friend read them and said they were really good. I was gonna start them at the bookstore and just like pick up the book and start reading it, but I just like wasn't in the mood. I don't know why. I was about to say where they hang out. Like, that doesn't make sense. I feel like the lighting is so bad right now. Should I like... That's still kind of bad. Okay, I apologize for the horrible lighting in this video. There's like a window right behind me. Oh my god, this is... Okay, hopefully it just doesn't look that bad. Anyway, continuing. What was I talking about? Oh, Lore Olympus. This one is like a Greek mythology graphic novel, I think, and it's a 5-book series as well, and you can read them all online for free. So this one won't be like a huge investment because graphic novels are so expensive, and it feels so sad because you read them so quickly and then it's over. So I hardly ever buy graphic novels except for Heartstopper because I reread that like a lot. One of my goals for 2024 is also to only read Heartstopper the full series one time because I read it 4 times this year, and that counted towards 20 of the books that I completed. Next up is Powerless by Lauren Roberts. I'm pretty sure this is her debut novel. Yes, it is. And I've honestly also been hearing people rave about this one, and it just seems so good. I think the next book is coming out in 2024, so that'll be exciting if I really like the first book. But my goal is just to read the first book because it seems interesting. I low-key don't remember what it's about, but I've heard such good things that I just want to read it. I'm getting like half these recommendations. I'm like, oh, I heard someone on like BookTube talk about it, so now I really want to read it, but I don't remember what it's about. So that's kind of what this one is, but I'm still excited to read it, you know? Anyway, next we have Girl Stolen by April Henry. I read my first April Henry book this year, and I think I rated it like a 3.5 or 4 star, but it was not the best, but it was also one of her least popular books. I found it at a book sale, and I just read it. So I didn't really love it or anything, but I really want to try out this book because it's like one of her most popular, and it just seems really interesting. A few of these are books that have not been released yet. Well, not this one, one's later on. The Last Time I Lied by Riley Sager. This one is a summer book, so I definitely want to read it over the summer. And I was gonna read it over the summer, and then I didn't get around to it, and then I started reading it in like October, and I was like, I'm not here for this, because it takes place at a summer camp, and I literally spent like the summer at a summer camp, and so I was like, why didn't I just read this here? But too late. This one I kind of want to buy, so I can like bring it away with me this year when I go to camp. Next we have an anticipated release that comes out in April, and this is the reappearance of Rachel Price by Holly Jackson. If you don't know, she's the author of A Good Girl's Guide to Murder series and 5 Survive, both of which I really, really liked. And so I'm hoping that I'll really like this one too, and I'm so excited for April for this to come out because she's one of my favorite authors. I don't really know what this one is about. I kind of want to go into it like sort of blind enough so that I'll stay invested, but I want to like know the gist, but I don't know anyway, I don't really know what this one's about, but I'm really excited to read it. Next we have, I believe this is one that's on Kindle Unlimited as well, and this is Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross, I think. Yes. Rebecca Ross, and I'm so excited to read this one because it's, again, kind of a heads up, and it's kind of, again, one that I'd read if I'm in the mood for a fantasy, and I think the second book just came out too, which is also really fun, and I've only heard good things, and so it's like, what's the harm? I really just want to read this book. Again, not a lot to say, and I feel like I've been filming for a while now. Oh, come on. It's not working. Next up is Thunderhead, which is the second book in the Arc of Scythe series, which was really popular like a while ago, I feel like. I read the first book when it was like kind of popular, like a year ago. Okay, so I read it not last summer, but the summer before that, and I really wanted to continue the series. I just didn't because I read it at the beginning when I went away to camp, and then when I got back, I'd low-key forgotten what happened, so I didn't continue the series. But I really want to continue the series like in real life, and I feel like it's kind of lost that train of like being popular, if that makes sense. But I'm also super excited for something, guys. Oh my god, I'm getting kind of tired. My mouth is like moving way too much. Next I have Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen, which is like a classic, and I bought it at the store and then I was too scared to read it, so I have to put it on my TBR for next year because otherwise I'll be too scared to read it. And honestly, I'm probably gonna listen to the audiobook because it scares me. But this is like a classic. I need to read more classic. Low-key, the only thing I know about it is that it's a romance. And nope, that's pretty much it. Pretty sure it's a romance. And then another classic that I have on my TBR for next year is Little Women. Oh wait, I should have grabbed Pride and Prejudice. Oh, look, it's right here. Here's the copy that I own. It was like $10. It's kind of pretty. I don't really like the felt cover. Like, I've never been a huge fan of those, but it's kind of, I feel like classics can be so expensive to buy, like special editions and stuff, or even regular editions. It can be so expensive. But except for at Barnes & Noble for some reason. I found this in like a local bookshop, and that I didn't know existed actually, and it's literally right next to this other bookshop. There are no bookshops in my town. Like, it's so bad, but if there's a bookshop in the town over from mine. The other classic that I want to read is Little Women by Louise May Alcott. I kind of want to get a new edition because this one is low-key falling apart, and I could like give this one to my mom or something, but I need to start it before I get a new edition. There's really pretty ones at Barnes & Noble for $25 that are like super nice, and like the gold sprayed edges are so pretty. This one is also an anticipated release that I've been waiting for the last 2 years, and this is, bruh, who would rate a book 1 star that hasn't even come out yet? That doesn't make sense. I'm confused. I'm not someone, okay, I need to actually talk about this book. This is Keeper of Lost Cities, which I started reading in 5th grade, and this one is going to come out when I'm in 9th grade. That's terrifying, and I don't think it's even the last one in the series. Maybe it is actually. I need to look this up. I think it's the last one, but I'm not even 100% sure. On Goodreads, let me know. I think it's the last one. I think it is. Please let it be the last one. I just need to know what happened. I've been waiting for so long. The 8.5 book came out when the 9th book came out, and then when the 10th book is going to come out. I'm reading the series during that time. So glad I didn't start reading it in like 2nd grade or something, because I would have been, dying inside a little bit. I still am, but I have that shelf right here. It's a little bit. Oh, there's my camera. Sorry guys, I was looking for this. I was looking for this morning because I'm going into the city today, and I want to take pictures. Hopefully it's not dead. This is my Keeper of the Lost City shelf. Again, it's kind of messy right now because right here I have the books these 2 books I bought for my birthday, and I'm just gonna make like a pile there for all the books that I got for my birthday and Christmas, and then I'm gonna do maybe I'll do like a whole video where I add all the books to my bookshelf or something, because I feel like that'll be kind of fun. But I own all the Keeper of the Lost City books clearly, so I'm gonna buy the next one when it comes out. But I really, really want to read it, and I'm hoping it's the last book so I can just finally know what happens. I'm kind of here for it. But the books keep getting delayed. It's like, oh, it'll come out, because originally it was supposed to come out this year, and then it got delayed by like a year. It's coming out November next year. November. This is killing me. I'm gonna be 15 when this book comes out. I started it when I was 10. That's so sad. The final book that I want to read is also the first book in a series, and this is A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas, I think. Sorry guys, I mixed up all the popular authors. It's like they're all the same to me because I haven't read any of their books. But yes, this is Sarah J. Maas, and I'm really excited to read this one. I'm really hoping I kind of love this series so that I can read like a bunch of Sarah J. Maas books, because I feel like these are the kind of things like you can get really into it, and I'm kind of here for it if I get really into it. And like, so oh my god, my hair this morning was actually being so cooperative, but now it's like freezing again. But maybe that's just the bad lighting. The sun is right outside my window. Like, I know you can't see it, but it's literally right outside my window. Like, if I turn over there, like, do you ever get, like, that little, like, flash of, like, ooh, that hurts? Like, when you look directly into a bright light? That's what I get when I look at my window. So, sorry about the really bad lighting. Maybe I'll just, like, that's not creepy or weird at all. This is the final book of the 24 books that I want to read in 2024, and I see great potential for reading this one. I think I could really get into this series and end up really enjoying it overall. I really hope you guys enjoyed watching me rant about books that I actually need to read. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.